that is scary. I'm just going to ask this dumb question because it's in my head. I believe that there's no dumb question, right? Like, a question is a question, and I like how the philosopher Socrates conducts his training sessions and all that. His conversation is Q&A, right? Have you seen any variation in a virus that goes so fast in this case? Because it's just like it's out there to get the human being, and it's just going fast. That's what I believe. Variant after variant, and it's getting potent. It's like learning.
I'm not surprised because of the volume of people involved. The world is a smaller place compared. If you have read about the Spanish flu, okay, Spanish flu lasted 2 years. I think 50 million people died. Spanish flu, and it disappeared because you can't travel in 1918. You can't travel so much. There's no aeroplane here. As you can see, we can travel by cars. We can go around. We go for holidays, things like that. At the minute we have less cases, it goes to double figure. Everything is opened up again, and everything spreads.
Exactly.
So when you have more people infected, the virus has more chance to mutate. More chance to mutate, and that's what is exactly happening.
So there's two folds that I'm seeing here. One is the concentration of people. There's three actually, and also the technology, the transportation. The third one is in law of attraction. This is what we teach. Whatever we give attention, energy, and focus, we get more of. Are we looking for it more compared to before? Which is, like, example, if I want to see red cars, suddenly I see a lot of red cars, right? Has that been a case also compared to, because the reason why I'm asking is in 2017, for me, the most important thing in my life and the people that we speak to is clarity. So third day in MCO 1.0, what I did is that I wanted to go to WHO and find out more about what's happening, because there's very little information, and I wanted to go to a source where it's authenticated, because there's a lot of WhatsApp troopers and all the nonsense that was coming. I totally lost, because one of the things that was happening is uncertainty, and we all know how uncertainty can lead to fear, and fear diminishes our immune system, which is confirmed where that's how we get sick, right? Now, when I went there and found out in 2000, I was just typing for mortality rate through seasonal flu like that, and it popped up WHO. In 2017, there was a report that was given up to 650,000 deaths annually are associated with respiratory disease from seasonal influenza. At that time, nobody spoke about pandemic and all that, right? Now, it used to be 250,000 to 500,000 10 years ago. That's how it is, right? Now it has increased. And this is what Dr. Peter Salama, Executive Director of WHO's Health Emergency Program, said. These figures indicate the high burden of influenza and substantial social economic costs to the world. Right? Now, this thing has been happening, but it was never spoken about at this rate. Right? So that could be one of the reasons. Yes, I totally agree with the potency of it. I am all for the SOP. That's why you're wearing face mask. Could that be one of the reasons also why we are seeing high numbers? Because in 2017 there were numbers, but nobody knew. I didn't know about it until I had to go and look for it. So could that be one of the possibilities, without taking the credit for the virus? There is actually a different mutation that took place. So could that be?
I think compared to influenza epidemics, I have personally had, I think in 2010 in Malaysia, we had a bad influenza outbreak, right? And in my clinic, we notified to the ministry about 430 cases of influenza, and many of them children. I would say 98% of them were treated at home with paracetamol, enough fluids and rest, and they recovered. There was a small group, especially very young children, had to get admitted for IV drip, things like that. But even going to ICU, I've not maybe followed up most of the cases, and none of them ended up there. Comparatively with COVID, as you can see, even in Seremban Hospital today, they have no place in ICU. They've opened wards, as temporary ICU.
Wow.
That has never happened before, and the mortality, as you can see, as I told you earlier, that you see the bodies that were burned in Delhi. Nobody have seen that. So mortality has been very high, and as you said, there's now seasonal flu. Seasonal flu came in seasons. So you got winter, so we don't actually have winter here. But Europe and all winter, the people who are homeless, impoverished, the older people, they get infected more. But when it comes to COVID, everybody was hoping for seasonal. When it first came to the world, they say, oh, it's winter and it's bad. By summer, I think President Trump at the time said, by summer we should clear everything.
He's gone.
It's still bad, and it's still, so compared to influenza, to me, COVID-19 is a different ballgame.
Wow.
It's a different ballgame. And then, like what you said, when we talk about it, we are attracted to it, and it comes to us. I suppose what you say, when you are very negative or you're very fearful, your immunity goes down. So when your immunity goes down, definitely you will attract whatever disease, not only COVID.
Yes.
You can attract flu, viruses, chicken pox, whatever your immunity diminishes, that's what you face.
Wow.
So being positive, of course, is one way to ensure our healthy our health itself
is taken care.
Is taken care,
And being informed.
and being informed and following SOPs and all that also is important.
That's how difficult the situation is. The frontliners are really fighting hard. They've been, it's a major marathon they're doing. The DG and I'm only talking about people actually being there. Right? Let's leave aside the policymakers and all that, because these guys actually going, frontliners doing the work. Now,